We're here, guys. So you're here. You're the ones that count as far as I'm concerned. Everybody who turns up on time deserves to have a start on time, and that's exactly what we're going to do. I love these calls because on Monday, every Monday, we get the benefit of listening to, mute Paul for a second, listening to someone who's led the way as far as this business is concerned for us. Since the day that we came in, he's been the best support that I've ever seen in nearly 30 years in network marketing. Whenever we've asked a question, he's been there instantly with help and support. He continues to do that right now. He's very, very soon to hit the rank of Chairman 100. I can't wait for the day when we can actually announce that. Until then, we're still proud to say that he's Chairman 50, Brandon Boyd. Brandon, can you put your camera on, please?
Awesome. I want to make sure you guys can hear me loud and clear.
Loud and clear. Over to you, my friend.
Okay, perfect. Well, guys, I'm excited to be on, and I decided today to do something a little bit different than I normally do because I was thinking about it. I was like, this team has heard me do like 100 trainings. I feel like I've trained them on everything. I actually have, just so you know, I have 176 PowerPoints on business trainings. And then I have hundreds of episodes of morning motivation. I thought, you know what? I feel like they've kind of heard enough from me. And so here's what I decided to do. I actually wanted to make this a Q&A session. When I do a Q&A panel, especially when I come out to Europe, it is almost more powerful than the actual training itself because people are able to ask the real questions they have, be transparent, and then I'm able to actually give the answers to those questions, be transparent with them as well. So what I want to do, and I'll have Roger kind of guide it maybe with a preliminary question or two to kind of get the ball rolling. I want you to go to the chat, and I'll pull up the chat as well. I want you guys to put in the chat, what are some of the pitfalls, the challenges, what are some of the good things going on? What are some of the questions that you guys have in regards to trading, the business, vision, and stuff like that you feel like that you're struggling with right now? Because sometimes I feel like I train, but that's not necessarily getting maybe what you need to hear. And so for today's session, before I bring on a special guest on the next one, I just want to get some of your Q&As, the questions and the answers that you have for those questions. And so I want to kind of make this back and forth interactive. So Roger, I'd love to start with a question that you would have that you get from the team that you feel like needs to be answered. And then guys, go to the chat box and just type questions in there. Questions are one of those things that are going to help you get to where you want to. If you already know everything and you don't have any questions, let me see your bank account balance, right? So the bottom line is ask the questions that you have, because I know that you guys have them. You literally don't even have to speak on here. You can type in the question. I won't even give your name, and then we can just go from there. So Roger, what's one of the top questions that you feel like the team has that you feel like needs to be known or answered?
Well, I'm going to ask a question that I wish people would ask, Brandon. And the question that I wish people would ask is, when they first get started with the trading, what are your thoughts on a demo account? How long should they trade? Should they go on a demo account? How long should they stay on a demo account?
All right. So it depends on the type of trading they're doing, but in most cases, yes. I think in almost every case, people should start with a demo account. For example, as you guys know, my focus is binary. And what I tell people to do when they get started is go to pocketoption.com, set up a demo account. The reason why I want them to do that is because you are going to make mistakes. I made mistakes in the beginning, and I'll tell you what, making mistakes with live money ain't any fun. Even if your mind is developed and you're like, I do personal development every day, most people do not. When I first got involved about 5 years ago, my first day, I did not have a demo account because my upline sponsor did not tell me to get one. I funded my account with $2,500 USD, so US dollars, and in a period of about 30 minutes, and this is kind of funny. In fact, let me just be transparent. In a period of 30 minutes, I got these trade alerts from a company that I won't give its name, but it's wealth generators known as Kuvera. Okay. I was one of the people that got beat up by Kuvera. I was a customer when they were wealth generators. I literally lost $2,200 out of the $2,500 in my first 30 minutes of trading. And of course I sat back and I was like, trading is a scam. And this doesn't work. I can't lose this kind of money like that. It just didn't feel good. So from the experience that I had, I said to myself, okay, there's got to be a way to start with this. So I asked my upline, it was not Jason Brown. I said, isn't there like a practice account, like paper trading with the stock market? So I found out after I lost the money. So my recommendation is yes. Do not go live till you feel comfortable. Even when you go live, just start with a small amount of money. Because success takes time. It took Usain Bolt time to win the gold medals. It took Michael Jordan 7 years to win his first title. It took LeBron James a number of years to win his first title. So, and answer your question, Roger, I do recommend that people should start with the demo. I know some are antsy and they want to get going live right away. Overall, I do think that is a mistake, because I guarantee that you will make mistakes. If you're trading regular Forex, you're going to put in the wrong lot size and you'll be like, oh, shoot, I was supposed to do 0.01. Instead, I did 1.00. Now I'm upside down. And look, mistakes are guaranteed to happen. It's not if, it's when and how many times, right? So I do recommend that. Another question, why should someone never come off subscription? Good question, Simon. So I think sometimes we have this mentality that I can do this on my own. That's like someone saying when they get a personal trainer at the gym, oh, I got it now, I can do it on my own. Well, how'd they have to get the personal trainer? They proved that they can't do it on their own. You got to be part of a community. When you're part of a community, your chances of success are greatly enhanced. If you say, I don't need this, I can do this on my own, you need to have mentors and successful people who are around you, because you will constantly be learning all the time. You also have to remember too, at least in the US, the subscription itself is a tax deduction here in the US. And so I don't even worry about if the monthly fee is this, I can get a tax deduction on it anyway. Look at this as the cost of doing business. Look at this as the cost for, if you were to go to the university or college or something like that, right? So you should stay in for the mere fact of the community and the mentorship, right? Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, hired a coach. It cost him a lot of money to do it. He hired the coach. Tiger Woods hired a coach. Do you know that Tony Robbins, one of the greatest speakers of all time, has a coach? It's like, what could his coach tell him? What could Michael Jordan's trainer tell him when he could destroy his trainer, right? And so the bottom line is that everybody needs a coach. They need that community. They need that culture. Paul asked, if you sign someone up from another country, what is the best way that you would get them started? If you consistently get 80 to 90% on demo, when would you go live? I recommend at least for a couple of weeks. I used to recommend, especially doing regular Forex, 30 days. I was like, man, it's going to take them 30 days to really kind of get down MetaTrader 4 and stuff like that. If you're doing binary, Boozy, you got to mute because you got dogs in the background.
I'll sort it.
Okay, perfect. You can take care of it. But anyway. There we go. I'm unmuted now. There we go. All right.
Apologies.
No worries. Okay. So, yes, for a couple weeks, best way to get them started, I'm going to leave that a little bit to Roger, only because the way I start people is a little bit different because my focus is binary. Okay. So the way that I used to start people is different than I start them today. 72hourfaststart.com. They go through the HFX. We get them the 2 and free. If they want to build the business, I have that. But as far as the demo, yes, at least for a couple weeks. It says you will lose your volume. What do you mean by that, Leslie? Okay, what do you say when a potential customer says they can't afford to start? That's a great question. I actually did a whole video training on this. When someone says I can't afford to start, what I ask them is it the money that you don't see the value? That's the number one question that I ask them, because in my opinion, in most situations, people do have the money, they don't see the value. Would they say that about their cell phone? Would they say with AT&T, Verizon, or T-Mobile, or whoever you guys have for your phones, would they say, you know what, phone company, I really can't pay this month? Would they say that about their internet, their Wi-Fi at their house? You know what, I just can't pay this month. Why do they pay? Because they see the value. If they see that this really has value, this actually makes people money. All right. So that's the question I asked them. Is it that you don't have the money or that you don't see the value? Because if they saw the value, they'd find a way to come up with the money. It's usually a ready-made excuse. Oh, I don't have the time. I don't have the money and stuff like that. And you need to understand that at the end of the day, what this usually shows is that when we've done a presentation, we have not instilled enough value for them to make a decision. So if you want my training on that, hit me up. Send me a message on social media. I'll actually give you my video to that very question. When someone said, in fact, let me just pull it up right now. I'm actually going to put it here in the chat. If you guys want that video, let me pull it up, and I'm going to answer the other question. Go ahead and keep putting the questions in there. By the way, someone sent me a text with a question. Yes. Okay. All right. Oh, yes. Here it is. So a couple weeks ago, all right, it was the response to the joining fee. Okay. Grab that link, click on it. Don't play it right now on your computer. Play it after we're done. But that is the response to the joining fee when people have questions about money, time. So I give you guys actual examples there of what people say and actually how to respond. It's actually a really good training. Okay. Another one, how important is it to have rollover? Because I don't think pocket options have it. Okay, good question, because we get asked that a lot on the trainings that we do every morning, myself and Dr. Josh Lee. So yes, pocket option is great for demo. It doesn't have a rollover feature. Once you go live, you'll have the rollover feature with a lot of the different binary providers out there, but don't worry about it in the beginning. Just so you understand, when Josh and I do our trading, we really don't have to roll over much. We roll over kind of like here and there. But in the beginning, when you're demoing, pocket option is a great option to use before you go live and use one of the brokers that allows you to do the actual rollovers. We use VidForex, it's spelled like VideForex. There's race option. I don't really like race option very much. The best experience I've had so far is VidForex. And then I know Matthew Thayer likes the IQ options as well. Although again, I'm not going to promote any particular broker. But having the rollover feature, in my opinion, you definitely do want to have a broker that has that once you're done with pocket options. All right, since our binary, what are the biggest challenges you've come across and how you dealt with? Let me give you an idea. Biggest challenge, it's person's greediness with risk management. I had a guy who built, listen to this, he built a $1,000 USD account to $4,000 in 3 weeks, actually following the go lives and our trainings. So they were actually doing some trades during our trainings. So he built it up $3,000. He thought, man, I'm becoming so good at this, I'm going to actually increase my risk per trade to 8% per trade. Guess what happened? He pretty much lost his entire account. He built it up $3,000, got greedy, poor risk management, and pretty much lost the whole account. So that's really the biggest challenge, is that people start to feel, hey, I'm getting so good at this, I can increase my risk. I will tell you right now, Josh Lee and I do not go over 3 to 5% on any trades that we do. And I will tell you this, we are very good. We do over 90% this last week again. Our worst week so far was 84.5%. So the bottom line is this, we are very good, but I still feel like we're actually quite conservative per trade. We say, okay, if we do 3% and we roll it over, that's going to add an additional 30% on that particular trade. We may end up being at 5%, 6% by the end of the trade. Well, if we lose that trade, it ain't going to look good. Now we got to do 2 or 3 trades just to make up for it and actually have a net gain, right? So even with us, most of our trades are 3%. So look at it that way, that when you're doing this and you're becoming successful, the biggest challenge I see with people is that they want to crank up their risk, their lot size. They want to put a higher percentage on it because they got bills to pay. And I'm going to I will promise you that you will never get ahead long term doing that. You might get ahead for a week. You might get ahead for 2, maybe even 3. Josh and I have experienced it ourselves in the past. We had different accounts where one account was a high risk, medium risk, and low risk. Let me tell you something, and you need to listen to this. Our high risk account, when we would jump up 10% per trade and stuff like that, you know what our record is for that? 0. We have never grown the account beyond a week. 0, doing higher risk. We blew every account on the high risk account. Does that tell you something? What it tells me is that eventually you have one bad morning, you have one bad day, and any progress you had for the last several weeks is wiped out in a single morning on US 30, wiped out in a single morning on oil, wiped out in a single morning on gold. We lost every account that we did on high risk. And so that was a great lesson. We did that to see what would this be like if we did this. And we lost all those accounts. And I'm telling you out of transparency, this is why we don't do high risk. And yet we are very, very good and have a very good win rate. And we still do 3% on almost all of our trades. Okay. If you have someone sitting on the fence to join, how would you respond to them? I actually did a training on that one. Hold on one second. I'm going to give you guys the link and I'm going to answer the question for you here. I just did a training this last week. In fact, I thought I did it with you guys on dealing with reluctant prospects. One second here, because I know I have the, let me look this up. Okay. I can't find it right now, but tomorrow I'm doing a training called Dealing with Reluctant Prospects. I think I did it with you guys last week. Maybe I did. But you got people who are sitting on the fence. Here's what I tell people to do. Focus on the trading side with those people because they're basically sitting back and they're just going like this. They want to see if you're going to make any money. Have them see people that are making money. Have them see the flyers. Show them stuff from our social media stuff that we're putting out. When they see something over and over and over again and you're posting your results, eventually they're going to join. So one of the best ways that you can get them off the fence is to see your grind and your results. At the end of the day, all most people care about is what are the results. If I told you that this drink here in America, known as Bang, this is a very popular drink. It actually, just so you know, it doesn't actually have any sugar in it. So it's one of the reasons why I drink lots of water, but I instead of drinking like sodas, I drink this Bang drink. It's not super healthy, but it doesn't have any sugar. So that's good. But if I told you, if you took this drink, you're going to have twice the energy you normally have. You're going to get far more done. And you're going to have better focus. You'd be like, is that Adderall? Right? You'd be like, can you give me here's my credit card. People start throwing their cards at you, right? The bottom line is this. People want to see, they wouldn't even care necessarily about these ingredients. You know that most people don't actually care about the science behind this. They don't even know what a saturated fat is. They don't know what this citrus, potassium, I mean, some of these words are actually really hard to say. And they got sucralose, threonine, phenylalanine. I mean, they're not going to go through the effort. But guess what? If I told them because of this drink, it's doing X, Y, Z, they're like, send me a link to buy some of those. I'll buy a whole case or I'll go to the gas station and get some. You see what I'm saying? So what that shows is that people care about the results of your trading or your business building more so than the details of the actual thing that you're doing. Okay, if you're focused now starting people with HFX, do you at any point introduce people to the Elite Pack and other services Elite available or keep them focused on HFX? So first of all, I'll never say that I would not pitch the Elite package. The Elite package is good because you do get everything inside the package, which enables you to try out different things and see what you like. My focus is HFX, but if they've got a little extra money and this is a person who's serious, I actually do sell them to get the elite package. What is the minimum hours that you would say is needed to be given to the business each day if you're working full time? All right, Tony. So I did a training on this one as well. Here's the bottom line. Everyone's got 24 hours in the day, whether it's the president of your country or you, everyone's got 24 hours. Now, when someone says, well, I'm working full time, well, most people work 8 hours a day, maybe 10 hours a day and stuff like that. You have the rest of your day to be able to trade, to build, to be with your family, to exercise and all that stuff. The time is there. So it's actually not the amount of time that you're putting in. It is the quality of the time. For example, if all I had was 30 minutes a day, and during that 30 minutes, I got on a session, I did trading, or I was actually prospecting, that would actually be sufficient. It's not the time. People think if I could get rid of my job, then I could go chairman. Most of the people that hit chairman, they have jobs. Okay, so getting rid of the job, now they're a do-it-yourselfer, and they're sitting back every day like this going, what do I do all day? I've already talked to my 4 friends. They all told me it was a pyramid scheme. And so I really don't know what to do now. So they sit around, and what do? They watch YouTube videos. They scan Instagram. They watch their Facebook feed. They laugh at a few videos. And then they go home, and their spouse or their significant other says, how'd things go today? Oh, it was awesome. And then week after week after week after week goes by, they got no checks coming in. That spouse, that significant other, they are sick and tired of their scheme, right? They want results, just like our people want results. And so here's the thing. When people get involved, it does not matter if they're working full time. I'm glad if they're working full time because now they have the money to afford the subscription. You can work part time and you guys can create 6 figures. My friend who's doing a blitz right now, Lawrence Young, he works 60 hours a week and he's almost a chairman 100. 60 hours a week, manager for a company, super busy, almost hit chairman 100. So, and he's got a family of 3 kids. Okay. So as far as time, it's not necessarily the time, it's the quality of the time. Because someone can say, I'm working this business 8 hours a day, but we know they're not working at 8 hours a day. They might work 1 to 1.5 hours a day in that 8 hours. Okay. I'm a new person. You personally recruited, is interested in trading, but also residual income by helping other people. What's my first week a month working with you going to look like? Okay. So what I do in the beginning, my focus with my fast start is to get them into the trading because people want to see results quick. They have the microwave mentality. I want them to get the 2 and free so that they don't need to worry about the subscription. And then I'm going to say, hey, if you want to actually start sharing this with others to create the residual income so you have more money to trade, is that something you're interested in? So I find out up front if they have an interest in doing the affiliate side, if they want to trade, or if they want to do both. So that's what I do. Focus on the trading, get the 2 and free, and then here's the affiliate side, which is going to give you more money to trade with. That's part of my fast start. What other questions? Roger, by the way, if other questions come up, you can feel free to chime in as well. And because I've answered all the ones on the chat, guys, keep typing. And then any other questions you have, I'll be glad to answer.
Yeah, I'm just looking as they're coming through, but
you guys are asking good questions, by the way.
Yeah, there have been some good questions. So, excuse me. So when it comes to building the network, Brandon, something I heard you say, and I'm going to let you give the answer that you usually give, but what would you recommend as far as social media is concerned, getting out there, talking to as many people as possible? What's your quick answer to what people should be doing to reach the most people?
Well, first of all, they should be posting every day. This is part of chairmantracker.com, chairmantracker.com. You should be posting on social media every day, whether it's something motivating, inspiring, uplifting. People want to come to your page and they want to get inspired. Another thing you should be posting is sharing flyers. Share flyers of people who are succeeding. Reach out to people on social media, connect with them. Find people who are entrepreneurial minded. Those are the kind of people you're looking for. Just connect with people. John C. Maxwell, one of the greatest leadership teachers ever, said you should make a lifetime pursuit of networking and making friendships with people. So every day, just connecting with people. It's easy to look, we're connecting with people on social media all the time. We're always connecting with people on social media. The question is, what are we actually connecting with them about? That is, they're talking about the riots. They're talking about the coronavirus. They're talking about all these different things. And I'm not saying that those things are bad to talk about, but at the end of the day, what are we actually connecting with people about? Are we asking the question, hey, what do you do for a living? I actually ask people that. If they don't contact me and I contact them, hey, it's good to meet you. What do you do for a living? What do you like doing? And now it just starts kind of a dialogue back and forth. By the way, I did just put in a link into the chat for the ones that asked about the time. And I even did a training called Those with Limited Time. Those with limited time, people who are working full time, maybe their time is a little bit limited. I just put a training in there in the chat, and then I'm going to give you one more link. Every question that you guys ask, just so you know, I always want to give a reference point, because what am I doing right now with you? I'm actually training you. Do you realize that? I'm actually training you on what I do. They say, I got this question, got that question. And what do I say? I got a video for that. I got a video for that. I got a video for that. I've got a video for that. I got a training for that. I got a funnel for that. I got this and that. Is I'm teaching you how to do this. I always refer people back to a tool. A tool works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. At some point you have to sleep. So I just gave you 2 video trainings on a question that you asked about maximizing the time, working a full-time job, those with limited time. I just did 2 trainings on that right there. How would you respond to someone who's looking at the business but says they know nothing about trading, they don't have a financial background, and they basically think they would be rubbish and couldn't do it? So it's the feel, felt, found. I know how you felt the same way. I said, did my research, here's what I found out. So most people, when they first get involved with trading, they don't know anything. I didn't do good in geometry and calculus, and I wasn't necessarily great at math and stuff like that. Matthew Thayer said he didn't do very well either. So what I tell people is, hey, look, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. I've never traded before. And that is why we copy the trades of the experts. That is why we have Go Live. So I just tell them, don't even worry about it. In the beginning, I didn't know what I was doing either. However, I learned from the experts. I was able to copy the trades, and now I got to the point where I can actually do this myself. So that's the best thing that you can do, is say that's the whole purpose of what we have with Go Live and our system and our platform, is to give you the mentorship and the shortcuts of what you need to do to be successful. So that's one of the best things. Okay, when starting with HFX, what would you say is the best process to follow? Mixture of education, live trading, who's your favorite trader? So I have a whole system on this. Personally, I follow Matthew Thayer. I like Ness. I think Ness is super good. I think he's super fast. I don't know if the average customer can keep up with him, but he is phenomenal. But I definitely like Matthew Thayer. He's the one that he's a little slower as far as through the process. I think it's easier for people to follow him. And so what I do is I have them get a demo account, get on the Matthew Thayer sessions, and then we do our sessions 5 days a week, me and Josh, to kind of give the detailed education on what we're looking for when we're actually doing our live trading. And so my goal is copy the traders and learn the skill. That's the system I have. Is first I want them to copy. The reason why I want them to copy is because they do not know what they're doing in the beginning. So I want them to actually do what the leaders are saying to do. Okay, what other questions?
What's the matter? Oh, mate.
We got Lisa.
I'll find that. Lisa, can you mute your phone, please?
Really not. You at half 8, you just said, oh, I forgot about that. What time was it? Just set an alarm.
2 seconds and I'll
Because
sort
you've
that
had a
out.
good, good day outside. That's
Give
fine.
you the option to
Okay.
mute Lisa out.
Done.
There we go. Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Okay, Lewis was
One question.
asking.
Oh, go ahead. No,
Yeah, there was 2. I'm going for 2 and free. I'm on the elite pack. If I sign up, say 3 people on the lower pack FRX, how does it benefit me short term, as I won't be able to upgrade? So basically what the corporate email says is that they have to be the equal package. So like, for example, if I'm elite, I need 2 on elite as far as my free membership is concerned. That's how that works. You've been with the company for a number of years. Can you give us your vision where you see things going, why people have only to get started, not yet started? Should they really take it? Okay. So what I tell people is, look, company's been in business 7 years. They're almost $500 million. We've put in 130,000 people since March 1st. We're growing like crazy. Never seen anything like this in 21 years. So here's the vision I have. I don't tell people here's the 5-year vision, because they can't even think that far along. I think 12 months at a time. What I tell people is in the next 12 months, we're going to have 1 million customers in this company, and we're going to be at $1 billion. All right. Guys, understand, and I did a post the other day, and so did Michael Martin. We have over 30,000 people at the platinum rank in this company. 30,000. Most companies don't even have 30,000 people, period. That's just the platinums, not including the hundreds and hundreds of chairmen. I think it was like 361 total, 361 chairmen. We have 3 guys ranked in the top 10 in the world. And so here's what I can tell you: get on the boat now. There's no reason to wait around. You know, is we're going to keep moving forward. So the vision is that we're going to create over 1,000 chairmen over the next 12 to 18 months. That's going to happen. 12 to 18 months, 1,000 chairmen, not including all the people who are going to have success on the trading side. So it's powerful, guys. It just keeps getting better all the time. In fact, just to show how big this is, you guys know Simon Brooks just hit Chairman 10, and I'm not going to give the specifics, but he's already very close to Chairman 25. Unbelievable. If he was in some other company, this would not be happening. And that's nothing against Simon. That's a testament to Simon and the platform we have. That's a testament to the compensation plan we have. That is a testament to the services and leadership that we have here. He's already almost a Chairman 25. That is awesome. And Roger's right there with him. We got another person on the team with a team here from India. They're 3 people away from Platinum 5,000. They'll probably hit it by tomorrow. Incredible. They wouldn't be able to do that elsewhere. Can you explain what a chairman is for new people? Good question. A chairman is a leader in the company who has at least 500 customers total within their organization. So it's just an affiliate that went out, they shared it on social media, and through sharing it and bringing in customers, they have a total of 500 customers. And so the company at that first rank of Chairman 10 pays them a minimum of $10,000 on a monthly basis, and they're paid each Friday, which would be $2,500 on a weekly basis. So the chairman is an individual who decided to actually go out and share this with other people, and just so happen to have some good success. Now, beyond that, we have chairmans all the way up to Chairman 750, which is a minimum of $750,000 US a month, which is absolutely incredible. That means it's over $800,000 with the bonuses. So pretty awesome. All right, cool. Roger, any other questions or any other stuff that you would like to?
I'm going to ask one question. I'm going to ask one question to wrap it up, Brandon, just so that we do that, because we've taken a chunk of your time and we appreciate it. But just one question, and that is for new people who are getting started. And not everyone gets off to a flying start. Some people are a little slower than others. How long do you think people should be giving this when they come into this right now? How long should they, in their mind, be committing to this business to expect to get success?
So 1 second, a guy was saying, let's see, Suite 300 upstairs. Okay, I had a guy, he's going to my office, he was asking me for my office number, so I want to make sure he wasn't lost. So I follow what David Eminete said. When a new person comes in, I commit them to a minimum of 12 months. I tell them if they really want to take this seriously, 18 months. Reason why is you want to give yourself time to have success. If anyone went to college or the university, did they say, let me try this out for a month? The bottom line is to get your degree and to get your master's and your PhD and all these other degrees and extras, it just takes time. I would rather not enroll a new person, okay, if they're not willing to commit themselves the time that is needed to be successful. That's the way I look at it, is I would rather not commit the time to work with that person if they themselves are not willing to put in that time, because I'm not saying it's going to take them 12 months to have success. What I'm saying is it's going to take them some time. And so they need to give themselves that amount of time to be successful with trading or building. If they had a traditional business, they don't have success their first month. It takes time to get things off the ground. And this is the same. But here's what I tell people. Let's say it took you 6 to 12 months to have success. The time is going to go by either way. The question is, when that 6 to 12 months goes by, where are you going to be? Where's your bank account going to be? Where's your trading account going to be? Because you know as well as I do, either way, the time is going by. We are halfway through 2020. Where are you at? Are we sitting back going, well, I'm kind of waiting? I mean, one guy said to me today, he's a leader, just waiting for this COVID stuff to slow down and then I'll get serious. Are you kidding me? You know what your excuse is going to be after COVID? Football season's going, bro. I mean, we got the football season. The baseball playoffs are coming up. The basketball season's here. I got to watch LeBron. People are always going to have an excuse. The question is, when the time goes by, where are you going to be? And for me, when that time goes by, I'm going to be further off than where I was before, meaning in a positive direction. So with that, Roger, my appointment just showed up with he's actually my social media partner. And so I'm going to meet with him, but I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for having me on. I love you guys. And I know that you're doing some great things, and let's just keep working hard together. So Roger, thank you for having me on.
Thanks for that, Brandon. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. So I thought we got gold there. I thought we got absolute gold. And I hope you enjoyed every little bit of it. Guys, tomorrow night, we're going to do another training that's going to be something that's a little bit different. And this is going to be Simon and myself. Most of you are aware that we're just about to release a new platform that's called Diva. And Simon and I have been working with Diva for the last 10 days or so now. We've been refining it. We've made some changes. We are not the technical guys, so we don't know how to do the techie stuff, but we know a man who does, and he's doing an awesome job of it. And the tweaks, Simon, unmute yourself a little bit.
Good evening.
You got excited today with today's tweaks, didn't you?
I got really excited. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited about the whole program. I love it where you can get a virtual automated system. And it's just got to go that little bit extra to drag people over the line. But I'm one of these people that always likes to speak to people verbally. So I gave the developer a little suggestion and solution to get people to get their phone number. Rather than ask for their phone number, people normally shy away. So it's on the basis of, what is your WhatsApp? And we've been getting the WhatsApps.
Well, we did it a little bit simpler.
Then Roger goes and asks a question.
Yeah, we just got it a little simpler than that, because what we did was, rather than ask people what's the WhatsApp, we simply said, how would you prefer to contact, telephone or WhatsApp? And they simply touch the button that says WhatsApp. And when they touch the button that says WhatsApp, their number comes straight through to us on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And we've got their contact details.
And then tell them the bit that you said.
The qualifications for funds.
Money.
Yeah. Some of the leads that we were getting through, because these leads are coming through from advertising. And we don't know, when we're advertising these leads, we don't know who's going to respond to it. And we got some people who were coming through. They saw an opportunity to make some money, but they were unemployed, working part-time. We know we're going to have challenges when it comes to money. So we asked them to add a couple more questions. They actually added 3 more questions into the flow. And the questions that they added into the flow were, have they considered putting some money to one side to invest in themselves? Yes or no? If it's going to cost you some money to get started, are you going to be in a position to find it? Yes or no? If it's going to be yes, would you mind me asking how much? Guys, I'm getting people coming through to me who are just going through the flow and telling Diva, before I even talk to them, they're telling Diva why they want to look for a business, what they want to get out of the business, how much they want to earn out of the business, how much money they've got available to invest in their business, and then they're giving me the telephone number. If that's not a hot lead, I don't know what is. we're tightening up. This is what Simon and I have been doing for the last week or so. We've been tightening up the quality of it and everything else. We are so close now to actually giving this across to you guys. So we're hoping by this time next week, we're hoping that you're actually going to have your hands on it yourself. But we've also learned some stuff as well, because like everything else, this isn't always plain sailing. We've had to learn how we've got to adapt to this difference in style for how we normally approach things. Simon's got to learn some patience. That's really bad for him. He's not good at patience. Give me your phone number now.
Steamroller. Steamroller.
We've had to learn some stuff.
You want to join now?
Tomorrow. So tomorrow night,
Yeah.
we're going to tell you what you need to know. Tomorrow night's call is going to be a gem, but we're going to show you how to create an entire pipeline. And when you fill that pipeline up, honestly, you're just going to have new people coming out the other end forever. It's going to be absolutely awesome. So tomorrow night, get on that call. Call was originally.
Make sure. Hold on. Make sure you get your team on the call, not just you. Everybody that you know, get them on the call.
That's what I was just about to add. The call was
okay. You being on the call, and then you have to tell your team all the information. That's the tough way to build it. Get them on the call. Get them to hear what you're hearing. It saves duplication.
No, obviously not. Okay. What I was just going to say is we were going to say originally that this call was just going to be for people who've ordered the Diva system, but we're not. Whether you've ordered the Diva system or not, you need to hear about this. I think there's still, in fact, I was getting messages less than an hour ago. Were there any places left? I believe there are still 2 places left. And I just know what you're like for pushing for more. So I'm not even going to ask the questions. There are still a couple of places left. And if someone turns around and says even if we tip over, I know that you'll push it through. So we'll do whatever. Guys, get everybody on that call tomorrow night. After that, get as many people as you can ready for Wednesday night, because right now we want to be in a position to really, really race at this. So see you all on the call tomorrow night. Have a good night, and I'll put the recording up later.
Take care, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.